Hand launch only. I've got it in safe mode for the launch. Let's see what happens.
Throttle cut off.
Throttle cut off.
Intermediate beginner mode.
Safe mode.
Intermediate mode.
That's not the first time I've hand launched a plane in safe mode and have it immediately dive. I wonder if there's a setting in safe that I can change. My Rafale, as soon as I launch it, it goes nose up. It goes into like a high alpha, which is perfect for hand launching. This thing wanted to dive. What a cool little plane.
Time remaining 4 minutes.
I'm not sure why I set this timer to 5 minutes. I don't think that's going to be accurate, but we'll see. I don't have the wingtip tanks on this plane. They will be, since I'm going to paint them, well, since I'm going to paint the whole plane, I just left them off. I didn't want to glue them on. That way I can paint them separately. They'll be blue. This model is going to be painted like my MB-339 turbine from Hangar 9. So I just left those off. And then there are a couple of underwing tanks which I just left off because this is a belly lander and I didn't want them on there. They just get ripped off every time. Let's see how she does slowing down. There's not a lot of elevator, so yeah, it wants to fall right out of that. So slow flight's not the thing here. There's very little elevator on this plane. But this is definitely a fun little plane. This is the kind of thing you can just throw in the front seat of your car. Or your trunk or whatever. Just take it anywhere and just chuck it. Okay, well I'm at 3 minutes. I'm just going to keep going. See what the time really is. I don't have my battery checker with me, so I'm just going to run this until it dies. Or until about 4 minutes. I think 4 minutes will be enough. Yeah, she's a blast. There is a rule that bigger planes fly better. So a little tiny plane like this, you would think would be a mess up there, but no, it's pretty nice. Now I am flying AS3X. Let's turn AS3X off and see what that does, if anything. There's almost no wind at all, so yeah, AS3X off. She flies pretty steady for a tiny little plane. I'll go ahead and turn it back on just for the hell of it. Can't hurt. 30 seconds. Okay, so that's 30 seconds left on a 5-minute timer, so I better bring it down, I think. When I get home, I'll figure out how much battery was left.
10.
Sweet. Forgot to turn on the camera. That hand launch went a little better. I kind of purposely threw it up at a slight angle. It still dove down, but I had plenty of time to catch it. I've always said that the little FMS 64mm Rafale is probably the most fun you can have with a jet for under 200 bucks. Well, this one comes in well under 200, and it's
Time remaining 4 minutes.
probably as much fun. The Rafale does really cool high alpha stuff, so that's really fun. But just for scooting around, this thing was, I think, around 150 bucks. Of course, with, you know, without battery and receiver. Yeah, this guy stays in the car all the time from now on.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
Now for this flight, I moved the battery back about a 1/4 inch. Still looks a little bit nose heavy still. So next flight I'll move it back even more. For those that don't know that trick, what I just did there is you get your plane inverted, get it up at about a 45-degree climb, and then let go of the stick. If the nose falls, like it's doing now, it's nose heavy, probably.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
Oh, that is dead battery. I did a lot of full throttle flying there. And yeah, at 1:20 minutes remaining on a 5-minute timer. So that's, I went 340. Yeah, it's dead. So maybe 3.5 minutes is the logical place to put the timer, and in most cases that should give me a lot of extra. Now this was a second consecutive flight with no break in between, so maybe the speed control's hot.